All right, this is big. Starting today, it should be easier to shop for an internet service provider.
We're all talking about this and how much we're paying for internet.
I know, how much you're paying for it.
So that's why On Your Side Susan Campbell is here with some tips for all of us.
Yeah, so this is one of those things that you never quite know what's going to be on your bill, right? It can be really confusing. There are all kinds of different charges rolled into monthly bills. Those bills can be really confusing, and often customers end up paying more than they expected. But starting today, the FCC is requiring large internet service providers to give you a pricing label so it's easier to comparison shop. Take a look. This is an example of what that new label looks like. A lot like a nutrition label you'd find on food, right? Well, you can see the breakdown of the monthly price, whether that's an introductory rate, the length of the contract, any additional charges, and the speed you're actually paying for. It also shows you what your early termination fee would be. The FCC is now requiring internet providers to post these labels online and in stores wherever people can purchase the service.
Yeah, right now when you sign up for cable, you often don't really know what you're getting. You start by paying like $80 a month, and suddenly in 6 months you're paying $200 a month. You don't know what speeds you get. It's really hard to compare and contrast, like maybe what two different offerings might be, even from the same company.
Justin Brookman is the Director of Technology Policy at Consumer Reports. He says overall these labels are a good thing for consumers, but they're not going to solve everything.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, in this country, a lot of folks don't have a lot of choice. Like, you only have one service provider, and so that's something that this is not going to fix. If you have to go to Cox, you have to go to Cox. You have to go to Comcast, you have to go to Comcast. But still, this way it'll be harder for them to hide what you're actually paying, which is something that has been a huge problem for folks for a long time.
We reached out to several big providers. Here's an example of T-Mobile's labels that are already live. Lumen, the parent company of CenturyLink and Quantum Fiber, says its labels are live too. And Cox told me in a statement, the new Broadband fax label aligns with Cox's existing practice of transparent pricing. Now, if a provider has less than 100,000 subscribers, they have a few more months to post these labels. But here is an important point. If an internet provider does not have these labels or the information on those labels is incorrect, you should report it, because the FCC is looking into this. They're going to investigate complaints from consumers and try to really track this, because this is one of their big deals. They want people to have the internet service they need and have it at an affordable cost with none of those hidden junk fees in there.
All right. I just need to get a new provider. We were comparing prices. I was like,
have options.
Yeah. Well,
you got to shop around.
And that's the point of having it all available in a label. Like, how much actual bandwidth, how much, how many gigs do you need? Yeah. And if you can see it all in a line and say, oh, this one is the most cost effective, or I don't need that. I don't need that option. That's the idea of having it all laid out.
Well, her kids are gaming 24/7, so it's expensive. Right?
Maybe being on Amazon all the time. I don't know.
Tell them to go to the library and do it with the library's Wi-Fi.
There you go.
You need your own satellite company. That would be cheapest for you, Tess.
Can I get on board with Elon Musk? Thank you very much.
We'll call it Tess Link.
I like that. Will you be the investor to start it up?
Sorry.